Hello everyone, Oehrchen here and welcome to a new What the Game update. April 2026 is over and it's time to look back on what happened. Not that many AAA releases if you ask me, there were a lot of smaller games, a lot of demos, and honestly it is always worth checking the indie section on Steam. But if April was not overloaded with massive blockbusters, we still had a few interesting things. A little bit of drama and some real highlights, so basically a healthy mix. The biggest story was definitely the conflict between Unknown Worlds and Krafton over Subnautica 2, and listen up dear gaming fans, after all that drama the early access release is finally getting closer. So what happened? There were serious accusations that Krafton had slowed down or blocked the development of Subnautica 2 to avoid paying a $250 million bonus and to remove the studio leadership. A court in Delaware already made an important decision in March, reinstating the CEO and extending the bonus eligibility window. So while I would not say every bit of some corporate drama has magically vanished into the ocean, the important part for its players is this: Subnautica 2 enters early access on May the 14th, and honestly, I fully expect this one to be huge. Subnautica and Below Zero were already major successes, and if Unknown Worlds can deliver the same atmosphere, the same exploration, and now even co-op from day one, this could easily become one of the biggest early access launches of the year. Terraforming fans also had something to enjoy right at the beginning of April. The Planet Crafter received its big 2.0 update. Players got a new biome on the Prime Planet, improved visuals, better skyboxes, new decoration elements, gameplay improvements, and a lot more. The Planet Crafter was already a beautiful game before, but now it looks genuinely impressive. So if you have not checked it out yet, this might be the perfect moment to jump in.
The heart of the Empire is stifling. We need room to breathe.
Strategy and City Builders fans got something new for Anno 117 Pax Romana. The first big gameplay DLC, Prophecies of Ash, launched in April and adds the volcanic island of Sinis, new production chains around Obsidian, and the lovely idea of building a Roman city next to a volcano. What could possibly go wrong? The island is probably one of the largest ever released for Anno. It is probably not the biggest story of the month, but for Anno fans this is definitely more than just another cosmetic DLC.
Soldiers, the hour has come.
Looking over at real-time tactics, so to say the other side of the fence, fans also had a pretty good month with two interesting titles. First, Sudden Strike 5 released on April the 23rd. The series is now 26 years old and in my opinion, it still keeps that classic charm with complex tactical decision making, large battlefields, and plenty of ways to mess things up if you're not paying attention. Sudden Strike 5 looks great, it is complicated, and it is fun or, yeah, frustrating. Have not decided yet. My review is linked in the video description below, by the way. But if you prefer your real-time tactics with a bit more stealth, you should also take a look at the Commandos Origins DLC No Man Left Behind. This DLC adds 4 new missions and tells a small prequel story about Green Beret, showing how and why he ended up captured at the beginning of the Commandos Origins campaign. So if you like the base game and wanted more classic sneaking, planning, failing, reloading, and pretending it was all part of the original strategy, this one is worth a look. A small personal hidden gem for me was Restore Your Island. This is a cozy restoration sim where you bring a dirty, broken island back to life. You clean up trash, repair the environment, restore the habitat, and slowly bring nature back. It sounds simple, and honestly it is simple, but it is also surprisingly relaxing. This is one of the games where you tell yourself, okay, I will just clean up this one more area, and then suddenly 2 hours are gone. And honestly, in April, this was really a nice alternative to everything else that was happening. A well-deserved record was also set by Windrose. The pirate survival game reached over 222,000 concurrent players on Steam and sold more than 1.5 million copies in its first 2 weeks. This is absolutely wild. Congrats for that. Windrose already impressed me during the demo, and it's a shame that I currently have so little time because this is definitely one of those games where I would like to invest a few more hours. Still, and despite all the indie games, there was the one other AAA release, and also one that sparked a little bit of a controversy. Pragmata, or the so-called Dad Simulator, was released by Capcom and sparked a honestly pretty unhealthy debate on social media, some finding the game super cute and giving gamers a feeling of parenthood, others coming around the corner with some very wild accusations. But now let's talk a little bit about big updates. My channel favorite Dune Awakening dropped new information about update 1.4. During the developer stream, we got a small preview of what is coming. This will not be the big chapter 4 update yet. That one still needs a little more time, but update 1.4 will arrive together with the Water Wars DLC. That DLC brings a new building set inspired by the water shippers, while the free update expands the overland map with new areas and new Landsrat missions and more places to explore and farm. Also interesting was the update 1.3.20. With that update, Hager Basin became fully PvE, and even the Deep Desert received its own PvE instance. So if you have no interest in PvP whatsoever, you really do not have to fear that anymore. And honestly, I think it's a good move. But I still hope we will soon hear more about the future of PvP as well, because that part of the game still needs a clearer direction. Update 1.4 and the Water Wars DLC are currently planned for May the 19th if everything goes according to plan. And last but not least, let's take a small look at May, a very small one. I already mentioned Subnautica 2. That one enters early access on May the 14th, and I expect a serious rush on that title. Subnautica and Below Zero already built a huge audience, and now with co-op, new environments, and all the drama around the release, I think a lot more people will be watching this very closely. But if you would rather drive around in a cozy van instead of diving into alien oceans, you should keep an eye on Outbound. Outbound releases on May the 11th for PC and Xbox, and a demo is already available. The story is simple, but it has a nice feel to it. You just want to get away, you want to switch off and start your own adventure with your little camping van. You explore, gather resources, build, upgrade your van, and stay constantly mobile. And honestly, this road trip looks really pretty. Alright, I'm sure I missed a lot, because April had plenty of smaller releases, demos, and updates, and I'm looking forward for what is happening in May. But now I want to know, what were your favorites in April? And what are you looking forward to in May? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my very personal summary, and I will see you on the next one.